There's this huge tension when it comes to how we engage with the Bible. It's the difference between being told what something means and that incredible feeling of discovering the truth for yourself. Today, we're going to talk about that journey, the one from just passively listening to being actively transformed. And it all kicks off with a simple story. Okay, so picture this. 2 Bible studies. In Nairobi, you have a pastor, an expert, giving a great lecture on Romans 12. He finishes, asks if there are any questions, and crickets. Just total silence. Then you go to Johannesburg. A facilitator just asks a couple of simple questions about the text, and suddenly the room just comes alive. People are debating, discovering, pointing things out. The difference is just so stark, right? One way creates dependency. The other one, it builds real competence and real engagement. And that little story, it really points to a much bigger, much more puzzling question. I mean, think about it. We are living in an age with more access to the Bible and biblical resources than any other time in history. We've got study Bibles, apps, commentaries, online courses, the whole shebang. And yet, the actual skill, the ability to sit down and read the Bible for yourself, seems to be disappearing. How can that be? This quote, wow, this just gets right to the heart of it. This is what one of the participants in that Silent Nairobi study confessed. I have no idea how to read scripture myself. I just wait to hear what the experts say. It's so honest, and it really puts a human face on this whole problem. It's not that people aren't interested, it's that they haven't been equipped, they lack the confidence.
And it's not just a feeling, right? The numbers tell the same story. In the United States, for instance, a study found that only 32% of evangelicals read their Bible on their own, outside of a church service, during a given week. 32%. And this isn't just an American issue. It's a pattern that's being seen on 6 continents. It's a genuine crisis of engagement.
So what's really going on here? The problem isn't a lack of Bibles. The root cause, as our source material lays it out, is a flawed teaching method. It's got a bit of a mouthful for a name, dependency-producing pedagogy. But the idea is simple. It's a teaching style where the leader, usually with the best intentions, just acts like an information dispenser. And the result? We're training people to just consume someone else's interpretation instead of teaching them how to discover the truth for themselves. And listen, this isn't some abstract academic theory. Check out this absolutely stunning admission from a group of teachers at a megachurch in Atlanta. After looking at their programs, they came to this painful conclusion. We've created consumers, not disciples. They cannot read scripture for themselves. They realized they had taught people about the Bible, but not how to read the Bible.
Okay, so that's the problem, but just pointing out what's broken isn't enough, right? So what's the alternative? This is where we pivot from the crisis to the solution. And the great news is, we don't have to invent something brand new. We just need to reclaim a powerful, proven practice, the path of discovery.
So what is this path? Well, at its core, it's a beautifully simple 3-step framework. Step 1, observe. You just look at what the text actually says. No opinions, no commentary, just what's there. Step 2, interpret. You ask, okay, what did this mean to the people it was originally written for back then? And only after you've done those 2 steps do you move to step 3, apply. What does this timeless truth mean for us right here, today? Observe, interpret, apply. Simple, but powerful.
Now, don't think for a second this is some new teaching fad. It's actually an ancient path. I mean, you can see this exact sequence, study first, then do it, then teach it, all the way back in the Old Testament with Ezra. It was just formalized for modern education back in 1952 by a guy named Robert Traina. And today, it's this time-tested tool that's perfectly suited to meet this urgent need we're seeing all over the world.
Okay, but here's where things get really crucial. This is a big pivot point. Because just knowing the 3 steps, just having the technique, it's not the whole story. The source material is crystal clear on this. The method by itself is not enough.
And here's why. The power of this method is completely tied to the character of the person leading. I love this quote, "Who you are forms students more than what you say." Think about that. It's not about the teacher having all the answers. It's about the teacher modeling what it looks like to be curious, to be a learner. The teacher has to be a discoverer first. So this really calls for a total transformation in the teacher's role. You have to shift from being the expert dispenser who lectures and gives all the answers to becoming a discovery facilitator who asks good questions and guides the process. You literally stop creating consumers of information and you start forming disciples who can find the truth for themselves. It's a whole different posture.
So why go through all this trouble? Why make this difficult shift? What's the ultimate payoff here?
Well, it's massive. It's about giving people the confidence and the competence to pick up any part of the Bible and engage with it meaningfully. Not just the easy parts, all of it.
This method is like a master key to the entire library of Scripture. That same simple framework, observe, interpret, apply, it works for everything. It unlocks the dense legal codes in Leviticus. It opens up the beautiful poetry of the Psalms. It helps you navigate the complex arguments in Paul's letters and even make sense of the wild visions in Revelation. It teaches you how to approach every single genre with confidence.
When you boil it all down, the whole goal is to take people on this journey. The journey from relying on secondhand opinions to experiencing that incredible aha moment of firsthand discovery. It's about empowering them to see the truth for themselves, right there in the text.
And this is not just a nice theory, it's happening. Just picture this. A group of farmers in Kenya reading the ancient prophet Amos. And without an expert there to tell them, they start recognizing these powerful themes of social justice that speak directly to what's happening in their own village.
Or imagine college students in Brazil working their way through the book of Philippians together, and then being able to build and articulate their own robust theology of what it means to find joy even when you're suffering, all based on their own careful observations from the text.
Or think about a group of nurses in the Philippines gathering after a long shift and using this method to apply the practical wisdom from the book of James to the really tough ethical dilemmas they face at the hospital every single day. That's when truth becomes transformation.
So we're going to end with this challenge. It's really a question for anyone who teaches or leads or even just wants to learn. Are we content with just teaching an audience, just giving out information? Or is our goal something much, much deeper? Is it about forming disciples, people who are truly competent and confident to engage with Scripture for the rest of their lives? The path of discovery shows us the way.